Now we're going to move on to problem 2. Again, we've got the same situation where we've got different co-tenants, that is, different people that own in one property, and they own a percentage of it. Nobody owns 100%. They all take individual leases, and they all negotiate a different royalty rate in each of their leases. And then that interest is included in a drilling and spacing unit, or a pooled unit. So let's look at the problem, and it says Tracy, Liz, Jenna, and Grizz own an equal undivided interest in 80 acres. Rocky Drilling takes a separate lease from each co-tenant. Tracy leases for 1/8 royalty. Liz leases for a 3/16 royalty. Jenna leases for a 1/8 royalty, and Grizz leases for a 3/16 royalty. So let's plug in these numbers, and we have lessor 1 is Tracy, Liz, Jenna, and Grizz. But now, instead of inputting this into these boxes, we're going to just go ahead and do it in Excel, because now it's starting to look like a division order pay sheet. So I've got the problem written below down here, so we'll remember what each had. So Tracy's royalty interest was a 1/8, so we're going to put 0.125. Liz's royalty interest is for a 3/16 or a 0.1875. And Jenna's is for a 3/16, 0.1875. And then Grizz's for a 3/16. 3/16, let's see, Jenna leases for a 1/8, so 0.125. And then Grizz leases for a 3/16. And we know their mineral interest is they each own a 25%. Let me show you this trick too. If we go here, we can drag that down, and they don't get sequential, so you're dragging all the numbers down because they're the same. So we'll do that the same thing here in the tract acres. They have 80 acres in the tract, so we'll type in 80 here, and then we'll scroll down with this guy. And then for the unit acres, it's 320, and we'll do the same thing, where we just drag that down. So you already see how Excel is a lot faster. So then to calculate the net revenue interest, which is what would be here, I've given you the actual formula so you'll know what to plug in, but this would actually say net revenue interest here. So we start with the equal sign, and then we go back to the royalty interest times the mineral interest times tract acres divided by the unit acres. Oops. Let's try that again. All right, so we're going to say equal the royalty interest times the mineral interest times the tract acres divided by the unit acres. And that is a 0.078125 for Tracy. And then again, we can just literally drag this down and get each answer for each of the heirs. So you'll note that Tracy and Jenna both have a 0.125 interest, and this is their interest, 0.0078125. And then Jenna has a 1/8, and Tracy has a 1/8. So you'll notice that their interest is the same as well. So that's how you would plug that information into Excel. So now let's look at the next problem, and I think we're going to do this one in Excel as well.